Hey there, welcome back to No Pants Profits. My name is Richard and I'm coming to you from the Solarium of the Celebrity Silhouette for a little discussion, review, overview, tour about this ship. Now, before I get started here, let's talk about right as I got on this ship, I got off an 11-day sailing on a ship that came out just about the same time as this ship. This ship, the Celebrity Silhouette, as of 2024, is currently 13 years old. And here's what's amazing. It still looks brand new. Now, that's very different than the ship I got off of the day I got on this ship, the MSC Divina. They're both about the same age. They both came out in 2011. And it's very clear that one is kind of showing its age while the other is not. Now, I will tell you, I am somewhat biased because 13 years ago, I did take this ship out of Papenburg, Germany as one of the opening day crew members on it. But for now, I want to walk you around, show you the ship, I'm going to show you the top of the ship, I'm going to show you the rooms, I'm going to show you the bottom of the ship. Again, we are docked back in Miami because I was on just a 4-day cruise here. So did a bunch of other reviews, a bunch of other food reviews, a bunch of other venue reviews, saw the drinks that are on board and everything like that. And the only time I have to do the main review is the hour before we get off the ship. Now, this ship leaves from the port of Fort Lauderdale, where mainly Celebrity, Royal Caribbean's smaller ships, some of the bigger ships are here, as well. Icon's not here, as well as Disney and Carnival's upscale brand sail from. So we can see there's the newest ship in the Celebrity fleet, the Beyond. We're also flanked by the Liberty of the Seas and the Disney something. Wonder, Wish, Magic, Dream, who the heck knows? They all look the same. But I want to go ahead and I want to talk about this ship 13 years in. My thoughts on a 4-day booze cruise that was interesting. I have to say, it exceeded my expectations. So let's take a little bit of a tour. So this is the Solarium. It's obviously closed today. But I can literally tell you, 13 years later, it looks exactly like it did 13 years ago. I don't know if I've got a picture of myself 13 years ago coming out on this ship. I'm pretty sure I do. And that's probably going to be the thumbnail. You get Fat Captain Richie. And then you got... then you got 13 years ago. Solarium, great indoor area. Never too crowded. You could usually get a seat there. We did only have one sea day. It was a forced sea day. Went to Key West and went to Nassau. You've got the main pool area right here. If we look, so we got 2 hot tubs in the Solarium. We got 4 hot tubs right out here. I did, I think, New Year's 2012 and 2013 on these ships, which is kind of cool. They would push over the ice sculptures right there. You do have a little bar inside of the Solarium and a little food area. It's not quite open yet, called the Aqua Spa Cafe. They serve smoothies and stuff like that. Again, you've got all these hot tubs right here. You have the mast grill up there, which we'll get to in a minute, and the pool bar. They also do have a gym here. Pretty up-to-date, pretty modern gym, I'll tell you. Another funny thing about the gym, goddamn 13 years ago, you're gonna love this. I won Biggest Loser in this gym for the Celebrity Fleet. Won a couple $1,000s by losing the most weight. Dead serious story. I know it sounds like memes, but has a very nice gym, a lot of equipment. I'll show it to you real quick. I don't ever show the gyms on my ship tours, but this gym was particularly relevant to its time here. And yeah, I realized where I am. I'm in the back of the ship talking about the gym. We'll get there. Promised you we'll get there. That was on me. It is 6:45 in the morning. Now, let's talk about the buffet. Most cruise lines buffets are areas of sadness and disappointment. I'll tell you, 13 years in, Celebrity's doing a lot of the same, but the same good. Thank you. They still have the person squirting you with a antibacterial hand thing to try and kill viruses. That's not how it works. Viruses are not killed by antibacterial hand lotion. Just want to let you know that. You got the cafe up here serving drinks. This is the second Cafe El Baccio, but they're still having a huge layout for breakfast every day. I think the important thing is for lunch every single day on the port days, on the embarkation day, it's been a 5-star affair. I do have to say that with the carvings, with everything like that, with the stations, with the chocolate, with the mozzarella, the little sections like that, you wouldn't think this was a 4-day booze cruise. I think that's what's cool. This is a very different layout. Again, I know this is breakfast. It's not crazy, but I mean, even just, I don't have anything crazy right here, but the fruit layout, stuff like that. I'll have to see if I can find some pictures of some layouts. Ooh, what is that? That's like passion fruit, I guess. I'll show you here. You know, just the colorfulness. This is not generally what you'll see on other buffets across cruise lines. For every meal, maybe 1 or 2 special meals. Plus, they're not generally going to put this much effort into a 4-day cruise. Because it's thought of as 4-day booze cruise. Come on, drink your booze. It's a cruise. Snooze you lose. Kind of things like that. But yeah, really, really great execution up here on the buffet. I do have to go ahead and say so myself. I will show you the gym, but I want to take you up to the back. We'll talk about the different layouts, different restaurants, everything like that. This is the included buffet. The only negative of the buffet compared to last ship I'm on, MSC has better pizza. It's an Italian company. Kind of is to be expected. MSC has better pizza. I will take you over to where the hamburgers and hot dogs are in a minute, which is a little bit different of a layout. Again, we are in the port of Fort Lauderdale here. We are right next to the Royal Caribbean port. I think that's where Oasis, and I think an Oasis class ship can dock in that port. But I'm just thinking out loud. I did do a tour of all the bars. We grabbed a drink at every single bar. We're gonna walk by some bars. We're gonna talk about the bars because I like to talk about them a little bit more soberly than on that tour. I will tell you another little fun thing. There's very few little fun things that have changed over the years. And one of the fun ones that's changed over the years is actually right here. I'm in the back of the boat on like deck 14 and a half. You'll see this, there's this little area right here. There used to be a table and chairs set up here on all the Solstice class ships. And I think it became such a sticking point of people wanting to stay here, and when the sail was going on, people sitting there all day, that they got rid of the table and chairs. That's just one of the few things that's like, there used to be table and chairs, no more table and chairs anymore. But there's been a couple things that are a little bit different than the other Solstice class ships. And I think the joke in Solstice class ships is the grass is always greener on the other side. This, I believe, is grass on Solstice, Equinox, and Eclipse. But here in Reflection, it's actually not grass. They made the grass area significantly smaller on this ship. Now, I want to point out another thing. I'm on this ship as a casino comp, 4-day cruise. I was on my last ship as a mostly casino comp, 11-day cruise. What I mean by mostly, I added a third person in the room for a couple $100, but the actual room was casino comp. I'm staying in an inside cabin here. But this right here is real grass. They have real grass. They have a nice screen that's showing you where we're docked. Again, Monday, April 22nd, 2024, 7:03 a.m. They have the giant Adirondack chairs, which, hey! Maybe I have a picture of me in those years and years and years ago. And they've got the alcove, which these are things that you could pay for bougie chairs. You consider not boozy, bougie chairs. You can see 1656. Reserve this. They used to put funny names on here for who had them reserved. I guess they don't do that anymore. And this is the Lawn Club Grill. This is a restaurant that, unfortunately, it's one of the few things that has changed in 13 years. And the main change, honestly, came after the illness. We'll just call it the illness. And what do I mean by the main change came after the illness? Well, you used to be able to cook your own food here. That was part of the fun of it. It's called the Lawn Club Grill. You'd be able to cook your own food. Be able to make your own pizza and everything like that. I got pictures of me doing that back in the day. Ooh, that used to be an easy squeeze for me. I can't remember doing this squeeze. Ooh, can I do it? I can. There's some ship leaving here. I can't remember doing that squeeze past few years. But you got the Lawn Club Grill. Still okay. I didn't do it on this ship. Did it on Reflection. I will say this is a 4-day cruise. So it's actually a lot harder to get into restaurants and things like that on a 4-day cruise than it is on a week-long cruise because there's a lot less availability there. But yeah, you've got the Lawn Club Grill right here. Again, this does not have the glass, Corning Museum of Glass, or thing of glass that the other ships have. It's actually got a Lawn Club Grill, one of the best things here. I swear, when they still have the cameras. Yeah, so they used to have pressure mats that were right here. So they were right here. When people stood on them, they would go ahead and show up on those cameras right behind. Just try a Lawn Club Grill, okay? Hey, if I find any thumbnails that are kind of throwbacks, I'm gonna throw them back. I would say I would rather the Corning Museum of Glass, but they're not there anymore. Now they don't do the glass shows as much anymore. Welcome to the day and age of money. They're trying to make money now by asking people to pay up. There's also, this is a nice little outside seating area that has been turned into the studio. That's where they take pictures of you, and you don't find out what they cost until the end. I got a fancy picture of me actually done when that was back in the photo gallery, I think on Celebrity Eclipse. I might be able to insert here. My God, I'm giving myself so much work to do in this video. I'm not going to be happy in the editing phase. That's all I'm saying. And then this is the porch. It's a restaurant that's tied to Lawn Club Grill, open for lunch and dinner. Again, did not really make it over here this cruise, but nice layout. And they've always had some interesting, this is more of a seafood place. Then you can upgrade to a seafood tower if you would like to. I want to go ahead. We're on 15. We got to cross 14. It's kind of weird. On Reflection, you can actually walk from the lawn all the way to the front of the ship because they shifted everything up one deck on the top decks to add more passenger cabins. But 14 is where we're going to walk across to get to the front of the ship. Talk a little bit more about some windows in the Solarium. Talk about, we'll get there when we get there. I do want to show you one of my favorite exits of all time. Oh, they haven't blocked it. There's literally no sign that says you can't use this. I used to use it all the time. Yeah, there's normal doors over there, but if you come right out, this is my favorite door that nobody knows that you can actually use. These flank deck 14 right off the elevator bays, and you can go out that door instead of having to go out the sliding glass doors. Shh. Don't tell no one about that. But if you found him, hey, welcome to 14 minutes in this video. Yeah, plenty of loungers here. And they have a couple decks up front there's a basketball court, there's a kids program, there's different things like that up front. We're gonna walk kind of up that way, but there's some windows coming up here I want to talk about. But we'll go ahead and we'll look at the pool bar. We'll look at some hamburger hot dog places. A lot of people waiting on the open deck for some reason. I don't know if they're just looking for cell phone service. Looks like it. They don't want to bother the significant. Oh, smoking section. Sorry, it's not as visible as it was on my last cruise. On the MSC cruise I was on, they had some fake-ass AstroTurf next to a bar. So we're not even AstroTurf next to a bar. Then you had smoking and sunbathing. So it was the triple threat of cancer. But you had lung cancer, you had skin cancer, you had liver cancer that were all all there at the same time. Now, the second best hamburgers and hot dogs at sea behind Carnival, Guy Fieri's is the best. Sorry. Guy's Burgers is the best. This is Mass Grill. They actually make some pretty damn good burgers and hot dogs. It's a little slippery on this tile right here. But yeah, Guy's Burgers is the best, and this is the second best. But I want to go ahead. Whoop. That tile is very slippery. My right foot slipped out. And I almost fell again. Hope you saw it on my face. So this is the second deck of the Solarium. I want to talk about this for a minute. You can see that you can see into the pool deck. Well, on this ship, many moons ago, they had something called a bliss cruise when I worked here. I don't know if I've talked about this in my celebrity reviews before, but they had a bliss cruise and they had an Atlantis cruise. I want to talk about those because I like to talk about these. So this was actually blacked out with vinyl. You could not see inside of it for this cruise. Completely blacked out inside, outside. Why? Because that was a playroom. It was basically a pile of people doing it. How do I know that? Well, because I signed off one day and I said, yes, let me see the playroom. So yeah, I went in, I saw it. Y'all really don't want to see that. Just being brutally honest with you, that y'all really don't want to see that. So, oh my, I'm gonna tell a story in a second. So again, that was a playroom for Swingers Cruise. I think I still have the sign for the Swingers Cruise. And this used to be I'm just gonna tell you what they called it. They had a couple Atlantis cruises on this ship, which is all gay male cruises over 13 years. And this, the Retreat Sun Deck, the thing that is now their top deck here, used to be called the Dick Deck. Because for 20 hours a day here, anything went. And when I say anything, I truly mean for 20 hours a day here, anything went. Now, on this ship, it is a little private area for the guests and suites. I'd love to go in, but the button to get in is over there. So I can't click the button to get in. It does look like they've built some restrooms up here, stuff like that. But yeah, this is the Retreat Sun Deck. I don't think there's a pool. I think there might be a hot tub up there. But back in the day of Atlantis, this was the Dick Deck, where things would go on that people don't want to speak about for 20 hours a day. And the small Filipino and Indian and Indonesian crew members would go clean up used condoms for the 4 other hours and hose down that deck. Dead serious. Let's go ahead. This more retreat area. I can't say this is something that's changed. This the ship within a ship concept. The suites are all over the celebrity ships. Yeah, this is more area you can't get to unless you pay money. Yeah, there's like you can't get to the front of the ship here unless you pay money. So they've got a bit of deck 14 or 15, and they've got a bit up there. It's all locked off with a ships within a ship's concept. So if you are not paying that extra money to be in the high level of ships within a ship, you can't go there. But if you know what it used to be, you knew it used to be the random sex deck on all the Solstice class ships during Atlantis cruises, which are all gay male charters. That's a real thing. And let's see if we can get in here. Oh, yeah, we can. So we're kind of entering what I thought was the teen program. No, they have moved. Yeah, this is the teen program. Thank you for cruising with us. So you see there's a Retreat Sun Deck, which is their ship within a ship. And it's called the Complex. So I was on MSC Divina, and most of the things on Divina were inside of the Complex. If you watch my review of it, I was in a suite on that ship. And again, most of what was there was inside of the Complex, meaning that the rooms and the bar and the sun deck and all that were really close to my room. Here, we don't even make it to the cabin decks until we get down to deck 12. So we're going from deck 17, the Retreat Sun Deck, the Solstice Deck, the Dick Deck. It's had many, many names over this time. Now down to deck 14, and we still haven't hit any cabins yet. Next up, we have a giant acorn. It's actually a really interesting piece of art. My buddy who does welding stuff said, oh, they find crap like this at the bottom of the sea all the time. This was on the Celebrity Mercury, which is one of Celebrity's first ships. So the Mercury, one of Celebrity's first ships, you'll see the giant nut, which they've moved here outside of the Sky Lounge, which again, back in the day, used to have a couple more Y's in it, because this lounge was sponsored by Sky Vodka. The nice thing is, on these ships, a lot of the other ships have done what you saw like 3 minutes ago upstairs. What do I mean by that? They've made it so it's impossible for you to see out the front of the deck unless you're in a suite or anything like that. Be honest with you, they've done a good job here. You can see from this deck, you can see out the front. So when we sailed out of Miami, again, it's only a 4-day cruise. We're back in Miami, well, Fort Lauderdale. We're back in, let's just go with South Florida now. When you sailed out of there, you can look out the front, like we can go see beyond out the front of the boat. But you'll see we've got, there's the actual nice Celebrity Terminal. We came in on a Thursday, and we used the nice Celebrity Terminal on a Thursday. But right now we are returning on a Monday. This ship that I'm on right now is going transatlantic today. But back to where we were. You see, we've got nice panoramic views. It's actually a little bit smaller on reflection because they have the reflection suites up here. I will say the Sky Lounge had 12 themed cocktails to the star signs, and they have gone down from 12 to 6, and they got rid of 4 of the best ones. I have done a full review here, but unfortunately, like the 4 best cocktails, they have ceased to be. This is also where they do game shows. They do Rockyoke, which is like live band karaoke. I want to go down to deck 12. I'm going to show you the spa and fitness center. Then I guess if I was still on the ships, I could be the biggest loser again. Seriously, I was. Across the fleet, I lost like a dangerous amount of weight when I worked here in a very short period of time. Don't worry, I found it back again, and a couple of its friends. But I was going to show you the spa and stuff. That's really the last thing that's up here in the upper decks. Then we're going to go down to deck 6. So 5, 4, and 3. A little cameo on deck 6. Well, let's go ahead. Let's check out the spa here. Hey, it's a spa. Main thing I want to show you is the fitness center. But yeah, so you've got the spa right here. They have a relaxation area called the Persian Garden. It's a little old in its ways. It doesn't have any whirlpools or anything in it. It's just a couple steam rooms, and they charge way too much for it. Well, that's the truth. If that's something you might want to do, just come the first day, check it out yourself, see if it's something you're into or not. You'll see they've got the gym here. Again, this is the gym where I got rid of that, and then I brought it back. But, a lot of people go, I showed my friend something. They go, what's the difference between Royal Caribbean and Celebrity? You have different star levels. And there's a couple of things for the difference. Number one, when you come up to the gym, most of these machines don't have Bluetooth on them. So they actually have, reusable headphones included here. You use them from here, and then you dispose of them right there. Very, very simple if you've got that. Also, cold towels are another pretty big difference. They've got right here in the gym, as well as when you come back on the ship, you've got a cold towel. I had a friend of mine, I had Trish last week, who kept making the jokes when we were getting on the MSC ships. She said, hey, where's the cold towels? We're getting on the MSC ship last week, the MSC Divina, and I said, sweetheart, ship's not high enough level of service to have cold towels. Even in the Caribbean, it's kind of weird. Anybody can get a cold towel here when you're coming back on the ship. I'm in an inside cabin. I was in a suite last week for 11 days on the MSC Divina. Didn't have a single cold towel. Here, I can get all the cold towels I want. And I'm in an inside cabin. It's just, there is a difference in line standards. Even if you're in a ship within a ship or a suite within a ship kind of thing. So yeah, we were docked at Terminal 25 when we got on board because the big boys weren't in town. Edge, Beyond, Apex, and I don't remember the last one. I'm actually going to be on Beyond in August of 2024. So that is a casino comp. The time that worked for it was August. So we will definitely be getting a tour of that ship. But yeah, this is another area where you can actually go out, watch the front of the ship, watch it come into port, out of port. You got right up there. Oh, that's the Sky Lounge we were just in. And you're right above the bridge wings here. These are the wings of the bridge. These are the things that hang off the side of the bridge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you down through the magic of editing. Taken out of the cabin yesterday. My traveling companion right now is taking a nap in the cabin, so I'm going to throw to myself. I don't know why I'm telling you this. I wanted to make it seem magical, but I'm going to throw to myself, wearing the same shirt as this yesterday, showing you a little bit of the cabin, and I'm going to join you back on Deck 6 to talk about something that's changed from Deck 6. We have to find the place to actually dispose of the cold towels, because I don't want to throw them in the garbage can, but this seems to be where you throw them. But again, you've got these cold towels right here. Oh, I know, that's where they go. So you'll see. Just got a refrigerator berth of cold towels. I'm going to throw to myself yesterday. Oh, this is where you put your cold towels when they're used, or your normal towels. I'm going to throw to myself yesterday. Oh, also speaking of towels, before I throw to myself yesterday, you don't have to check out towels on Celebrity like you do on the other ones. I'm talking about anybody from inside cabins to up. Doesn't have to check out towels. Yeah, I was on MSC Divina. You don't check out towels on MSC Divina, but only in their yacht club, not in their general area. So I've shown you deck, what have I shown you? Deck 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Deck. This room, I said, is generally covered in vinyl when they have the Solar's cruises. If you don't believe these things exist, just go ahead and look up Bliss Cruise, or go ahead and look up Atlantis Cruise. And believe it or not, we're talking yet next about bare necessities, which is naked cruising. But we're going to jump to the cabin, and then we're going to continue after that on Deck 6 in the place I used to work 13 years ago. See you there. All right, so let's go check out the inside cabin now versus I've had balconies, I have had suites, I have inside cabins on different lines, and I think that as far as the inside cabins go, Celebrity probably has the best inside cabins of most, if not any, lines with the most availability of stuff. We're on Deck 8 in 8155. Let's take a look. Got a pretty big cabin. Got a big bed. I'm traveling with a buddy of mine, so, we separate the beds because #we straight. But pretty good bed. You've got a switch for the main lights under that little light right here. Let's watch. If I hit like this, it's like, whoop, lights go off. And then whoop, lights go on. He's got his own light switch and everything like that. This is only a 4-night, 5-day cruise. So that is the extent of my unpacking from my last cruise on the MSC Divina, which is let's find some new shirts that work. Got 2 American outlets. This is important. 2 American outlets. 1 European outlet right there. Got a TV. I never turn on the TV because I pretty much live on my laptop the entire time. If you do want to pass out on the sofa and there's not luggage there, it's big enough for an adult to pass out on. You got the closet. I've already come out of it. I'm straight, I think. But I've already come out of that closet. I was in it earlier today. We got a bathroom. Pretty friggin' big. For an inside cabin bathroom, I mean, I can walk around. I can spin around. I'm not even in the shower yet. I can do activities. Look, I'm gonna go in the shower. Let me pull that out. Look, in the shower. Bigger guy. Bathroom closed. Bathroom closed. Ooh, I didn't button my shirt right. You're not seeing that. But I can spin, and do activities. It's a pretty good bathroom layout here. Look, just if you want to see, look. I buttoned my fucking shirt wrong. That's on me. But the inside cabin is pretty adequate for 2 people. I just use the cabin to sleep in. I am one of those that I'm out all day. I use the cabin to sleep in at the end of the day. They got a wardrobe. They got a full-length mirror, so you can see you did your clothes wrong. Hashtag me. But it's an adequate cabin. My buddy uses the CPAP machine. Plenty of room to plug in the CPAP machine. Little side table. Everything for him. Let's go and explore the rest of the ship on a review of the Celebrity Silhouette. See up or down. Not sure which way we're going at this point. All right, so you have seen the cabin, and now we are down on deck 6. You might say, why are we on deck 6? It's just staterooms and stuff like that. Well, it's actually interesting. This is one of the things that's changed in the last 13 years. I used to have a place. I actually opened it. I worked there, called the Celebrity High Lounge on deck 6. I'll show it to you later. And it's kind of weird how cruise ships change. 13 years ago, that was the ship's internet cafe. Now, I believe, I've not even been here yet, I'll be honest with you. I'm going here for the first time because I had no reason to go to deck 6. Now I believe this has actually become cabins. Passenger cabins. They were talking about this when I was on another ship, and I was like, you're gonna put this in dry dock and turn them into cabins? I haven't seen what they've even done with it yet. There used to be on deck 6 an eye lounge that looked out in the grand foyer. And I think now it's just 3 additional cabins that didn't exist before. It's kind of one of those fun things. But yeah, that was the ship's internet cafe. Speaking of internet, the internet's awful on this ship. It's awful. They advertise it as Starlink. They advertise it as fast. It's actually worse. That's a strong statement from your make. It's actually worse than it was 11, 12 years ago. You might say, why, Rich? What are you talking about? It's because look, this is where the eye lounge was. There's 1, 2, I think there's 2 cabins on each side. So they somehow squeezed 4 cabins into there. We're going a long way. There's a lot of people. We're in the elevator lobby, and we don't need that. Yeah, these are brand new cabins that were not built with the ship. And I guess there's 4 of them. I thought there was going to be 3 of them. There's 4 of them inside cabins that used to be the eye lounge. But let's go ahead. We're going to go down to deck number 5. Continue our tour on deck number 5. So, yeah, this used to be clear, and you could see out with glass in the foyer and all that from deck 6, and now it's plated up in cabins. It's one of the big structural changes, other than the Solstice Retreat deck, the Retreat Sun deck that we saw before. That used to be the Solstice deck, because this is a Solstice class ship. Another interesting change that I saw, I don't remember what used to be here, but I don't think it was the concierge and captain's. Actually, might have been Future Cruise Sales or something like that. I think Future Cruise Sales was here back in the day. When the ship came to being cruising, booking your future cruise on board has become such a thing that now Future Cruise Sales has its own office. We will take a look at a bit later today. So you see, we've got, if we go out this way, let's go ahead and let's look at, this is the one area that's different on all the Solstice class ships. We're going back on deck 5. What's up? All good?
Good to see you.
All right. Have a good one. That's the Wrights. They were here 13 years ago. I was saying, what's changed in 13 years?
2015.
I know. Oh, 2015 was your first time on this ship? They came out in 2011. That's why I'm like... So yeah, this is one of the areas that's changed on all the Solstice class ships. It's got all a different theme to it. The art is... let's use a word that's kind, but also questionable. The art is very eclectic on these ships. But this is called the Ensemble Lounge. It's kind of the jazz lounge, piano lounge. They don't really have a piano bar. So that's the Ensemble Lounge. And this is just kind of how disjointed the suite experience is. That's where the suite concierge is. they're not in a compound anywhere because the suites are spread all over the ship. I think that's the kind of interesting thing is the suites are all over the ship. So you've got the suite sun deck in one area, you got the suite restaurant in another area, and you've got the suite concierge in another area. It's a very disjointed suite experience. But yeah, this is the Ensemble Lounge. It's also the bar for all the specialty restaurants back here. So you do have Murano, which again was very hard. I tried to book it. It's very hard to get into on a 4-day cruise. Realistically, extremely hard to get into on a 4-day cruise. But they do the lobster flambe tableside. As weird as it sounds, the menu hasn't really changed over the years. I think the only thing that's fallen off the menu is foie gras. And foie gras is an interesting thing. I had my fill of foie gras on the last cruise I was on the day I got on this cruise. I was on another cruise that same day. And foie gras is an interesting animal. You might go, huh? Why? Well, it's force-fed goose liver. And Celebrity got attacked by a lot of activists to not serve it anymore. And MSC says, screw that. We're going to serve all the foie gras we want. So in our suite area, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but it's actually a funny line. In our suite area, they shoved foie gras down our throats on MSC. I think the price has come down because so many people are afraid to eat it now. So we're going back a little bit more. And there's another restaurant that severely changed since day one. Cuisine was a masterpiece of dining. It was Jacques van Statten's crowning achievement. And now, it's a projection restaurant with a little goddamn chef on it. I know that. I've done reviews of the little projection restaurant with a goddamn chef on it. Oh, well, the ship has been cleared. Okay, so it is 7:31, and the ship is cleared. So they're letting people carry their own luggage to proceed ashore. So yeah, so this used to be called Cuisine. It was like an inventive, kind of really cool food area, and now it's they project stuff on your plate. Yeah, it's cute, but it's the lowest rated of the specialty restaurants on board. I've actually done all the menus for this restaurant. Literally, when I say all, I mean all the menus for that restaurant. Not a fan of them. Now, Tuscany Grill, on the other hand, is still pretty good. You've got, it's now the departure lounge for the elites. It's been that way for the last 14 years or so, 13 years. But they got some nice views out the back. This is an upcharge specialty restaurant. Yes, it has gone up with inflation. I promise you, back in the day, it was like $30 a person, and now it's like $55 a person. But this gives us a good view of the Liberty of the Seas. You can see we saw beyond the other way. We can see from this way, the Liberty of the Seas. Looks like a damn postcard. I like Tuscan. I did Tuscan on the summit about a month and a half ago with Kirsten. We did a whole review of it. Now, I'll tell you a restaurant I'm not a fan of, and you're gonna laugh. I'm not a fan of this one because it doesn't use as much American food, not as much butter, not as much oil. It feels healthier. And I kind of felt when I was on the MSC ship, like I was eating here all week. This is the healthy Mediterranean restaurant, Blue. That's just for people who book Aqua class. But the nice thing about Blue that Celebrity's done is, yes, that's the healthy Mediterranean restaurant, but you can still order off the main dining room menu there. So it's a plus, not an instead of. When I was on a suite last week on MSC, it was a pain in the ass to get something off the main dining room menu that I knew was good. One of those things that makes you go, So just be aware that you can, that's the healthy restaurant. You can always go down from the healthy restaurant. You can stay in there and you can get the food from the main dining room. We're walking back through the Ensemble Lounge because this is one way. Show you the rest of deck 5, show you deck 4, show you deck 3, and we'll finish with my favorite game. I love talking about this game, but we'll talk about it in a moment. I saw this announcement happen. They're just telling people it's time to get off. Very rarely do I do these at this time, but on a 4-day cruise, the only time that I've had time to do this ship tour is right now. Fortunately, we haven't heard the clearance or anything yet, but it looks like the ship was literally just cleared. So, this is Cafe Al Baccio.
Coffee cups are allowed off the ship.
Hello.
Thank you for choosing.
Oh, look, they have like an express breakfast set up here. That's nice. I didn't know they had a whole express breakfast set up here. This is just today for debark, right? You don't do this every day with the breakfast, no?
Every day.
Every day? Oh, I know, but I've never seen this. I don't usually wake up for breakfast. Say bye. Wow, that's a new one. They've always had snacks by Cafe Al Baccio. I've never had it every day to go coffee over there. That's genius. I got to give them a double thumbs up for that. Then you've also got right across the way, you've got Sushi on 5.
Yeah.
And this is the more than sushi restaurant. I think everybody that knows that builds a sushi restaurant nowadays knows that there's a lot of people that won't eat raw sushi. So they've got all kinds of cooked stuff in the more than sushi restaurant. And not on this ship, but it's the same menu. I think I did this on another ship, so hopefully these will all come up together and you'll be able to see that. But that's the more than sushi restaurant, and they've got some really weird art here. This has confused me. I don't know how these screens have lasted as long as they have. You'll see there's birds in a bird cage. And this is called Canary in a Coal Mine, I think. Brass, steel, glass, copper, various mixed media. 1967 was when he was born. This is from 2011. This piece of art commissioned for here. You'll see there's different birds in different bird cages. Hey, nice birds, nice bird cages, and you see the whole layout of a bunch of different digital bird cages right there. Now, next place I want to talk about is one of the better bars on cruise ships. I would compare this to Carnival's Alchemy Bar, but I'm put it up one step from Carnival's Alchemy Bar. It is an ad for Diageo. If you're not familiar with Diageo, well, they own all these different spirits. This is considered the high-end cocktail bar of the ship. And this is one, much like the Martini bar, which we'll talk about in a minute, they didn't actually cut any drinks from because this drink enables them to upsell from the classic beverage package to that drink. The drinks in that bar enable them to upsell from the classic internet package to the higher internet package. Now, let's talk about the one piece of false advertising that just fails miserably on this ship. Their internet cafe. You're looking at me, you're going, if you know me, I started the internet cafe on this ship 13 years ago. But they say it's Starlink. The problem is their internal infrastructure and their filtering systems can't handle Starlink. Also, you could still log into the system when it was down. So you see, they've got, okay, this is the old iLounge, which kind of belongs here nowadays. They're selling the old Apple TV remote, which is weird that they're still selling that because that hasn't been sold in Apple stores in so many years. As well as the hell is that? Magnetic wall mount for some phone okay, it's just a magnetic wall mount. Some docks that are way expensive. At least they sell AirTags. I do recommend anybody that has an iPhone get some AirTags. But these are older Macs, I believe, older iPads. They do have an Apple Watch of some sort. But yeah, if you do have some onboard credit that you can't use anywhere else, you can use the onboard credit here, or if you want some better tech, you can use it. You can use it in the casino. I wonder if this still works. I want to laugh. Yep, my login still works here. That makes it so funny. Again, I just typed in my old employee ID number, and it totally works. That one's funny. 13 years. I'll share with you. I don't use this for anything. Look, 456-990. Why do I remember that? Because that was 7 years of my life. And yeah, I'm not going to cause any issues. I'll show everything on the camera I've done. But yeah, that shows that no one's really updating their systems on the ship when I can still log in to register from 13 years ago. I did that on the last ship too. I don't know. I'm just gonna go with that. They also got shops up here. Again, I'll tell you the idea of the shops is this area right here used to be the art gallery. A lot of stuff has moved around in its day. This used to be art gallery. Now this has become a retail shop. with onboard credit accepted here and everything like that. But yeah, it went from the art gallery to a retail store. And the whole goal of the shops is they have shops on deck 4, which we're going to go to in a minute. And the goal of the shops on deck 4 is to get you up to deck 5. This is where the real money shops are. But these shops are third party. Like every other cruise line other than MSC has third party shops. MSC shops are first party. What do I mean by that? There's a third party company running the shops, third party company running the spa, third party company running the art auction. First, the shop, spa, art auction, our third party. Oh, the lights just came on there. Now we can see inside. Those are all third party companies. And then first party is the internet, is the shore excursions, is the casino, is the bars called the onboard revenue partners, which make money across all the things. So again, you've got a handbag section, all that up here. The whole goal is to drive you up from deck 4, where the cheapy shops are, the souvenir shops, up to deck 5, where the expensive shops are. Now, I wish Kirsten was here for this part of this. I smell garbage. I smell garbage. Yeah. This is the garbage room on the ship. I'm not going to say much more than that. But, yeah, Peter Max can barely move. I saw him. I believe it was actually on this ship. God, 12, 13 years ago. This guy comes up to me and goes, I'm supposed to have Fredo on board. I go, what's your name? He goes, it's Peter Max. I go, you like that guy who makes all the art? Yeah, they got Peter Max, they got Brito, but most of these, I'm going to teach you a fancy word today. Let's say it together. Most of these are what they call G-clays. What's a G-clay mean? It means photocopy. It's a fancy-ass way to say photocopy. That's what G-clay actually means. The truth. So now we're at the front of the boat on deck 5. This is the theater. The theater is actually quite well done on this ship. You don't need to worry about some of the bigger ships in the world. You got to worry about getting tickets and this and that to go to the shows, check in, make a booking on the app. Just come and see the damn show. There's been enough seats. The shows, as far as I know, the production shows have not changed here in 13 years. The only ship of the Solstice class that's really changed their production shows, Equinox had to change because they had such a weird show called Chandelier. They did have a change where they took all the shows in-house. They used to be done by a company called Poet. Now all the shows are actually done in-house, meaning the company still does it, but then they buy the shows. They've got Life, which I saw last night. A lot more talent than the MSC production shows that I saw earlier in this same trip. Going home for a couple days, and I'll be on my favorite ship, the Carnival Celebration. But yeah, so we've got this nice little theater right here, and now we're down to deck 4. Then we're going to finish on deck 3, and then we're going to head on up. So, deck 4. We were up in the Sky Lounge, I don't know, time-wise about 20 or so minutes ago. Again, they're letting other people know it's time to get off. But we were up in the Sky Lounge.
All guests with luggage tag numbers up to and including number 9.
Okay. We're luggage tag number 32 or something like that. So this is the Quasar. This is the Disco. This was used for like karaoke and stuff like that. This is the only bar that I never saw open, because instead of using this, they've just decided to use the Sky Lounge on deck 14 instead of using the Disco as the Disco. Yeah, it's pretty small. The Disco used to be bigger. You see there's like 5 of these units. It used to go all the way across. We'll talk about some of the other side of that wall in a minute. That's kind of a retrofit. But yeah, this is the Disco. It hasn't really changed since back in the day, but I didn't see the bar open. Instead, they used deck 14, the Sky Lounge, as their disco area of sorts. So this is Celebrity Central. This is where I used to do all my iLounge classes before they got too big and we went to the theater. There's no more iLounge, so I can't show you the stomping grounds from back in the day. But you see, this is Celebrity Central. It's kind of like the movie theater, little theater they have set up here. Might be for back-to-back people, is my assumption, is that people that are staying on for the transatlantic, because this ship is going to either Amsterdam or Southampton. I didn't study the itinerary that much, but it's headed to either Amsterdam or Southampton today. I know it's going to eventually hit both of them. This is called the entertainment court. Kind of branches off from the theater as you're headed to dinner. This is a bar that's only open for a few hours a day. It's just meant to serve as the bar for the theater. And this Quasar, the nightclub, got cut off to build future cruise sales. So they put a future cruise sales office in here. There's always people working here last day, people trying to book their future cruise. And here are 6. Their connection is unexpectedly timed out. That was a perfect example of internet on this ship. True, but also true. But also true, but also true. Got a couple more places to talk about. We've got the liquor store. Again, honestly, unless you got onboard credit, your liquor's probably going to be cheaper outside. If you want to buy liquor, just buy it on the last day. Then you bring it back to your room. Everything is the same price the entire cruise. Now, if something seems like limited supply, it's probably not. It's kind of interesting. This is the photo gallery now. They don't print out your photos anymore. So they are all digital photos, not printed out photos anymore. And then we've got the casino bar. I did a whole review on the casino. 2 interesting notes on this casino. Number 1, if you are actively playing on a slot machine or table game with no qualification other than you actively playing, meaning you could be playing your first hand, you can play it in your last hand, you drink for free in the casino. Now, you don't drink the highest end top shelf stuff, but you can order any cocktail and they'll give you a house liquor in it. Another cool thing about this casino, we're in the US right now, and that is single zero roulette. $10 minimum, single zero roulette. I also want to see if I'm crazy or not. I thought that this table was set at $5 on embarkation day. No, maybe I'm just drunk. You can hear. It's a very interesting whirring you hear when you're in a closed casino because the machines aren't making any noise, but they're also having to cool themselves. I made a whole review on this casino. You can definitely check that out. We got a couple more places to hit, and then we're done here. So we're on deck 4 in the midship to aft section of the ship, the glass elevators as they call them, and we're leaving the casino. Let's just let her talk real quick. They're saying that luggage tags up to a certain number.
And including number 12.
Cool.
You are now welcome to proceed to the runway located on deck 5 forward.
Thank you.
Please remember to
take all your CPAS card and all that ready. All right.
No fruits,
vegetables, coffee.
Open beverages, including coffee cups, are allowed off
Cool.
the ship. Thank you for choosing Celebrity.
So this is right here. We're in Craft Social. This is added. This is a change from the original thing it was on embarkation day back in the day. Not embarkation day. Today is embarkation day and debarkation day. A lot of people don't know that cruise ships turn around within 2 hours. They kick everyone off, and everyone's back on. Sometimes less than 2 hours. Sometimes it's like an hour and a half. It's insane how they do it. The number of worker ants they have doing that. And I've seen it. I've been on hundreds of times when the ships are between cruises. But this was originally a wine bar. And it does show that they did change with the times. So since it was originally a wine bar, I'm scratching my back real quick. Now it is a craft beer bar. Craft beer and food and sports bar and all that. Because these ships were not really built with sports bars other than a little tiny bar in the casino. And they have a really cool system where they can actually fill a beer from the bottom. So they put these special glasses on. Well, you'll see the glasses have a hole in them right there. And then they fill from the bottom. They are wrapped because of United States public health right now. We're in a US port, but they will be open in time. A couple more places to go, and I think we're gonna make it. Next, we got the Martini bar. Still just as good as ever. There's a couple things that have fallen off the menu, but guess what? They still have the ingredients to make them. I miss the orange creamsicle martini, and I had to make me one yesterday. That was actually better than the original, so I can't really complain. I have a whole thing on the Martini bar. All of the drinks I reviewed on the Martini bar are still there. The kale martini is still fucking disgusting. Nothing's changed. I don't know who thought it was a good idea to make a martini with kale, but yeah, there's the Martini bar. Next up, we got the restaurant. Deck 4 is the come as you are, come as you do restaurant. They did not enforce pants on this sailing at all. So I just want to make that very clear. I think Virgin did a very good job kind of changing the industry away from formal nights. Formal nights exist for one reason and one reason only: to sell photos. They used to exist to sell tuxedos, but they exist for the single reason to sell photos now. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. So the photo world is dying. Everybody has good phones in their pocket. And you see, the dining room is actually open for breakfast today. The dining room is open for breakfast every day. So you can come here for breakfast. This is the select dining, the come at your own time. Celebrity Select is up here on deck 4. That's what we had. I will tell you, very impressive. We came at 4 very different times over 4 very different nights. And, well, 3 different nights. I passed out one night. Just slept through dinner. But 4 very different times over 4 very different nights. Always had excellent hot food. Did not have to wait a second. Like, we were literally seen right away. It was funny. There was a backup of this store, about 20 people. The one just goes, go over there. There's no one over there. Because intrinsically, if people have a decision, they're always going to go to the right. Because there's more right-handed people out there. So intrinsically, if someone has a decision to make, they're always going to go right. No one's ever going to go left. You approach that to the right and not to the left. But let's go ahead. Let's go down. We're going down this main staircase. They do some shows here. Again, kind of interesting. The shows here follow the metric of they haven't changed in 13 years, since 2011. Just saying. They do have the passport bar here, which we went to the other day. You've got guest services. This is where they set up the big Christmas display. When they do the big Christmas display. And shore excursions desk is right over there. So passport bar right there. We got, again, the shore excursions desk, which is coming up right over here. Again, been almost made moot by you getting shore excursions through your app now. And then the only thing that's kind of different here, this is the suite-only dining room.
Other side.
It's called Lumine.
I'm pretty sure that's right. I might not be.
This is the suite-only dining room, which again is very distanced from the deck that's all the way up in the front and all the way above. The lounge, which is 2 floors up from here, and then they've also got distributed all over the suites themselves. Let's go over by somewhere I haven't been on a cruise because I haven't had to. It's been quite an enjoyable cruise. I've had no trouble whatsoever. Still on my initial room key from guest services. Not been there. 4 days. Getting off today. 5th day. No need to go over to guest relations, guest services. But here's where it is. If you did have a problem. Right there. That's where it is if you did have a problem. I don't know what people are doing there. But, and there's also some really weird art here. But yeah, it's kind of funny that we're ending up here. Because I was here. I was here. I was there. I was there. The EMS convenience delivery. I was there for all those events. I was on there. The 1st of July, 2011, docking out. Actually, I was there. I think I got there mid-June. But if you look real close, I'm literally back there, leaving Meyer Werft. I'm going to have to find the pictures. Here's the thing I got to say. I've been on Summit. I've been on Reflection. I have been on Equinox since I stopped working for the company. I don't think I've been on Eclipse. Visited Edge. I'm going to be selling on Beyond in August. I have to say, overall, I really don't have any complaints. Now, some of you might say, familiarity breeds contempt. But I ain't got nothing bad to say about this ship. The worst thing is internet. The internet's a little sketchy, especially in the cabins. But you know, the excuse back in the day used to be, oh, it's because it's satellite internet. Because it's satellite internet, it's slow. Now they got Starlink. Starlink is anything but slow. So, yeah, we're going to, including coffee cups. Yeah, this is why I never do this at this time. But unfortunately, I've made so much other content. This is piece number 7 of content coming off this cruise. But yeah, the biggest weakness on this ship, well, there's 2. Is Wi-Fi and servers in the casino. The servers in the casino won't bother most of you. I will tell you, I think the servers in the casino was more of a unplanned issue because there's a significant amount of construction workers on here for a conference now. general contractors and stuff like that, and they are using the casino a lot more than normal folk would. So I am going to go ahead and wrap up here. If you've got any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. But like I said, it's been a lot better. If you didn't catch this over the announcement, it's been a lot better than Summit, a lot better than Reflection, a lot better than Equinox. Those are the 3 ships I've been on this channel from Celebrity. I got Apex coming up. My expectations are a little bit higher because it's the newest brand. But when I'm comparing this to a ship of its same age from MSC, so MSC Divina was the first MSC ship to sail from the US. I gotta go ahead. I gotta give this, I mean, we gotta find a place to put this down. Maybe. Well, no. Let's find some place. I gotta go ahead. And I gotta give this ship 2 very big thumbs up. My only complaint, the internet and bar staff in the casino. I did have to go get my own drinks sometimes, just because they had like 3 bar staff working in the casino when there was a full casino. I was even getting drinks for people at the table. This is Richard from No Pants Profits. Got questions? Leave them in the comments below. More private questions, nopantsprofits@gmail.com, richard@nopantsprofits.com. This is Richard from No Pants Profits, and I'm back at my room. Got to be out in 5 minutes. God damn, it's time to pack. Again, comments below, or nopantsprofits@gmail.com. And remember, when you wear no pants, you take a tour of the ship. The only thing you get left to lose, and mine's coming off because the top button's there, that is your shirt. See you on board another Celebrity ship, August 2024.